Groundwork is being laid, and it's all in the name of cryptocurrency and stablecoin, but it is the entire regulatory process to switch us from cash to a cashless society to digital currency that can be controlled by the federal government.
There you go. While we were all distracted with the Epstein list and all the drama between Mr. Golden Dawn and Chip in the Brain and wars and rumors of wars, we can see that the Mark of the Beast Infrastructure Act has been passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I say Mark of the Beast Infrastructure Act? I meant the Genius Act. As we can see right here, House passes Stablecoin Genius Act. Short little summary right here is the House approved legislation to regulate stablecoins Thursday and later approved 2 other crypto bills. Well, now for those wondering, what does this mean? Well, it shows that we are one step closer to the Great Tribulation with the Mark of the Beast and a complete surveillance enslavement state. So we can see right here from this article, the Senate just passed the Genius Act, CBDCs in sheep's clothing. Now I will go ahead and read some of this article for you guys right here. So on June 18th, while the country was distracted with headlines about Mr. Golden Dawn and Iran, the U.S. Senate quietly advanced the Genius Act, a bill designed to, quote, legitimize, unquote, stablecoins. But in reality, it paves the way for a permissioned, surveilled, and tightly controlled digital currency regime. Now, apparently, according to this author, they predicted this back in their own piece titled The Great CBDC Bait and Switch. We warned the stablecoins would be used as a Trojan horse to usher in the exact same kind of financial surveillance grid promised by central bank digital currencies, which is CBDCs. My goodness, who could have saw this coming? I don't know. Now let's continue with this article. Framed as a regulatory win for innovation, the Genius Act, or what I like to call it, the Mark of the Beast Act, does far more than set rules. It effectively mandates that all legal stablecoins will fully be backed, regularly audited, and integrated into the surveillance machinery of the U.S. state. Wow, lovely. Only permitted payment stablecoin issuers may operate, and those issuers must comply with extensive oversight under the Bank Secretary Act, including KYC, AML, and sanctions enforcement. In other words, no privacy, no independence, and no dissent. Well, of course, what did these crypto bros think the government was going to do once they got their hands into cryptocurrency? Well, let's continue. The act even instructs the Treasury Department to evaluate new financial surveillance tech, including, oh, look at that, AI-powered monitoring systems and blockchain analysis tools. These technologies, we're told, will help, quote, assess privacy risks, as if privacy itself is the threat. And as he continues to say, let's be honest about what really is going on, a nationalized control grid disguised as modernization. Well, yeah, this is the beast system. Now, the old CBDC fear, it just got a fresh coat of paint and a bipartisan smile. Republicans and Democrats alike are pushing the Genius Act. I wonder why. Pretending it's a win for decentralization. But these stablecoins aren't free market crypto. They're government approved, no duh, heavily surveilled and programmable currencies that can be frozen, tracked, and weaponized at any moment. Now, I'm sure in the future there will be a mark that you must take to be able to use this stablecoin, or you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade without that mark. Hey, what do I know? Now it's happening. The same regime that dropped the CTR threshold to $200 in border towns, surveilling people for withdrawing petty cash, will absolutely leverage these new rules to micro-track every digital transaction. You don't say. We'll add that to the list of Orwellian end times measures that this regime has implemented, as we saw the passing of the Big Brother bill. The Big Beautiful bill on July 4th, which was just a big bill building a big police state. Say that 10 times fast. Where that mega bill expanded the biometric surveillance state. Now, let's be honest, guys. This should not be a surprise to anybody who has been paying attention that this right here is the end goal. Now, this being said, it is just another box being checked to the long list of Bible prophecy that we are witnessing unfold right in front of our eyes. We are witnessing the buildup for the beast system, for the end times deception, the end times system, the infrastructure, the AI Antichrist beast system, building all around us right in front of our eyes. So,
hey, somebody answer me this, man. Y'all know pretty soon we about to go to a cashless society. You know, our dollar, the US dollar, our currency is losing its value. So that means that green piece of paper we got that people love and adore so much and willing to do anything for, no longer about to have value. It actually been lost its value. But the US is coming into agreement, just as, you know, just like these other countries and other places across the world did too, that we'll go full effect all around the world when it comes to a cashless digital society. So my question is to you Instagram flexers, you Facebook flexers, you Twitter flexers, you know, you Bammers that like to look sweet doing the money spread and, you know, taking out money out your bank account just to go on the internet and flex with it. How y'all gonna feel about that? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all gonna be mad? Or what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna go to a digital currency and just post y'all post how much you got on crypto, or post how much digital currency you got and tell people to get their money up? Look, I'm rich on Bitcoin. Get your money up. Like, how y'all gonna do that, man? Or is y'all just gonna buy a whole bunch of designer and a whole lot of fancy stuff and just post with that, so it could be a symbol like, yeah, we still getting it. We still getting it in the digital world. Like, how y'all gonna feel, man? You know, I'm talking strictly to the Bams that try to look sweet, you know, for the females, and even they impress other dudes too. I'm talking to you type Bams. You know, when we no longer ran by cash and everything digital, you know what I'm saying? And y'all can't do the little money spread no more, and you can't really buy or sell no more with the cash. How y'all gonna Instagram flex? How y'all gonna Facebook flex? You know what I'm saying? How y'all gonna flex on the internet, man? Cause y'all ain't gonna be able to do the money spread no more. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hold the money stacks of cash in your hand like that for the picture, you heard me? So what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna buy hella designer, and you know what I'm saying? Like, not that I care, but I'm just curious, cause it's about to get real, man. So a lot of stuff, you know, you ain't buying or you ain't selling it without a digital currency. So that's my thoughts, man.
All praise to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right, this video is going to be entitled Cashless Society, Lo, It Will Come. Cashless Society, Lo, It Will Come. And I had a couple of videos in the intro of this. The first video comes from the brother, the elder brother, YAHAWAH from GMS Charlotte. He had a video on his channel. He has a video on his channel. Let me show it here as soon as this thing refreshes. It's taking its damn time. Okay, here it is right here. And this is it right here on the screen. And it was revolving around this Genius Act. He retitled, of course. He got, remember, Great Millstone warned you about the MOTB first, the Genius Act. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed to the brother's channel, please do so. Let me go over and show it to you. GMS All Precepts. Okay, he's the head of the Charlotte camp, of course. And yeah, so the videos, remember Great Millstone warned you about the MOTB first, Genius Act. And then the second video was from the brother's channel, the Hopefully Elect 3. He had a video entitled the 2/3 will get humbled when the cashless society, right here.
Hey, somebody answer me this, man.
2/3 will get humbled when the cashless society comes. So my video is basically entitled Cashless Society, Lo, It Will Come. Because I don't want to put, you know, the heavy scrutiny on it. But it's dealing with, you know, it's dealing with the prophecy of Revelation 13:16. Okay, and if I know Jake, what they're going to do is, since you see a white boy talking about it right here, most of them are going to say, you know, something, you know, to the effect of Esau is the one that came up with that. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say. A broken clock is right twice a day. And sometimes things are just known, whether it's through Esau knowing it, right? Through worldly means or whatever. In Christianity, you got certain Christians that know what the MOTB is, and they teach about it. That don't mean we got it from them. You see? Just like you got other things that the so-called Christians might know about. That don't mean everything they teach is correct. But this one prophecy, this guy, he's teaching it right. Now he got a lot of other stuff that he's off on, but just pay attention to the information. You got to chew up the meat, spit out the bones, right? And I'm just going to be kind of evasive, how I'm talking about it. But you can watch the information, right? Certain things, bionic banking, credit cards, blah, blah, blah. CBDCs, which is central bank digital currency, and all of that. Okay, you can get the information out of it. And then here we got, your homeboy. He going on about, these niggas stunting on the Instagram with their money, flexing with all their money. His thing is, how you gonna flex with your money when there's no longer any money? Everything is cashless, which is what we're heading towards, which leads us to Bible prophecy. We told you, man. Now this Jake right here, obviously, super strong DC accent. He's obviously from Washington, DC, or Maryland, as they say, somewhere around there, right? The brothers from the DC camp, or anybody that's got cousins from Washington, DC, like I do, you recognize that Baltimore DC accent. You recognize it, man. Which really, Baltimore and DC got a different accent, but they're very close. But that's definitely Washington, DC. But you're showing pictures here of Floyd Mayweather sitting there with all that damn money. Money is going to be a trap to a lot of people in the times to come. Anyway, the information is there. I just want to read a couple of quick scriptures here. And that's it. That's going to be the video. So this is Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he had spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord power. For they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them." And these things that we telling you about, people gonna know more and more. You're gonna realize that the Lord did send prophets, and the prophets are the only ones that's got the prophecies correct. Which today your prophets are starting with the head apostles of GMS on down to the brothers. Am I saying that every single brother in GMS is a prophet? No. But this is where you will find your prophets at. Now you got other men that are not in GMS specifically, that may teach the same thing, that do teach the same thing as us. Those brothers too also could be prophets. But really the word prophet just means to say before, to speak something before it comes. Which I'm going to go back and say all the brothers in GMS are prophets. Now whether we prophets and men of the Lord, whether we're men of the Lord, meaning of the elect, that remains to be seen. Right? You even got Christians that's prophets, but they're false prophets though. But a false prophet is still a prophet nonetheless. So, you got men out here speaking the truth. I'll just say that. And the brothers in GMS are speaking the truth. Now you got other men that speaking portions of truth, but they don't have the 100% truth. As Apostle Hart said, they don't have the true truth. Anyway, we told you what was coming. Whether you hear it or forbear it, it's not our problem. It's not our problem. The Lord told us to deliver the message. Let's get Ezekiel 33 and 30 if we can here. We'll start at 30. This is what it says. It says, "Also, thou son of man, the children of Israel are still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and here is the word that cometh forth from the Lord." Now, this is the thing. We know that we've done many videos on things like the Cashless Society and things likened to the Genius Act. Just Saturday, Elder YAHAWAH and Elder Ariala went live. I think it was Saturday. It could have been Sunday, but I think it was Saturday. They was talking about the Genius Act. Because the Genius Act, inside of it, has got certain legislation, the language in it, telling you what they're preparing to do. And I actually got an article that, dealing with wearables, because that devil, I think his name was Kennedy, talking about these wearables. So that's another thing to look at. But I'm actually going to do that in a separate video. Lord willing, I'll get around to it. All right, but the information is there for those that are looking. We're not going, every time something happens, we're not going to go into Revelation 13, 16 and break it down to the very last compound and dice it up in little bitty bits and then spit it in your mouth like pigeon milk. No, you got to do something. The prophecies are there. GMS is known for talking about the MOTB, while you other camps, you've been scoffing about it, but soon you ain't going to be able to scoff no more. And you people that's in between the different congregations, moving about, going back and forth like you playing goddamn spiritual musical chairs, well, you're going to be stuck. When the music stop playing, are you going to be in the chair, knowing what prophecy is about, or are you going to be standing up, talking about, oh, I'm confused? Idiots. Anyway, verse 31 says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Right. Their heart's going after their covetousness. Now, you worrying about what you can get. A lot of people still, even though this dude, Alazar, has openly admitted, he done said he ain't even going to teach hardly no more. He ain't doing no, he ain't no prophet. He's not a man of the Lord, but you still trying to defend him. Right? Well, that's good. Go ahead and defend that dude. Follow him out the door. We do not care. We got to move on. Verse 32, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song, a one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Right. When this comes to pass, you're going to know. And that's the title of the video. Lo, it will come to pass. You're going to know that the prophets were among you. And how do we know for sure that the prophets came? Well, you need to look no further than this scripture right here we're about to read. This is Amos 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. It's no small wonder unto us how we can tell you as the prophets of the Lord what something means, and every other Israelite group will say that ain't what it means. It's talking about sin. That's no small wonder unto us. We see the reason why, because you're really not the prophets of the Lord. You're prophets, but you're really not prophets of the Lord. If you claim you're a man of the Lord today and you do not know what the mark of the beast is, then you need to reconsider that you're probably not a man of the Lord. I say probably only because there's time left and you may come to the understanding, but from where we're sitting, you don't know what the hell is going on. And you're going to fuck around. You're going to be one of these people. See, Jake, you still think that in your own limited, in your brain power or in your willpower, you're going to be able to keep yourself from taking this mark. You're not going to be able to do it. You don't have the strength. You got to have the Lord working with you. If the Lord is not working with you now to give you the answer of what it is, he's not going to be working with you then to resist taking it. Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. The hour of temptation is when you're going to be tempted, and the MOTB is made mandatory, and you're going to have a choice to make. Those without the Spirit of the Lord are not going to be able to resist. It's not about what you want, what you would do, how you're going to do it under your own strength. No, it's about a spiritual time wherein the Heavenly Father is going to impart the Spirit unto those who he's been dealing with all along. He's going to give them the power to resist. That's what he means when he says, I'm going to keep you from the hour of temptation. And notice he says it's going to come upon the whole world. It's going to be everywhere. Jake got all the little burning questions. Well, how you think they're going to be able to do that over the whole world? Is he only worried about America? Is he China doing, like Chief Ephraim said over a month ago, China and America don't agree, and that don't fucking matter. The powers that be that are over authority over the whole earth, the wicked, the Edomites, the upper echelon of the Edomites, the elites, they run the whole world. And the nations are going to do what they're going to do, the bidding of the elites, because that's the bidding of Satan, which Satan is carrying out orders from the Heavenly Father. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. I won't say really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's read that again. Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Who's going to keep the word of the Lord's patience? His elect. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So that's it. If you're not of the Lord's, elect, you're not going to be able to resist. And that cashless society, as that you heard that Jake talking about, it's gonna be a very funny thing. Those, cause look, Jake love money. When all you sellouts have been taking your money and running after, you know, running after this and after that publicity and fame so you can get more dollars, those that are attached to that wealth and the desire of wealth, you're gonna be up shit creek with no paddle, which means you're gonna take that chip. Everybody other than the Lord's elect, well, there may be instances where people don't take the chip and they still of the elect, okay? But this cashless society is gonna back you into a corner, and you're gonna remember them GMS dudes told us about it. And I'm gonna leave it right there. I ain't gonna say a whole lot more on it. Nothing needs to be said. The cashless society will come. Then what you gonna do? All praise to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI. Shalom.